Silver bond that's like a slot. Wait. Hello, hello, hello. Mic testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello, hello. Mic testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello, hello. Mic testing. 1, 2, 3. Last follower, last follower, 8 days or 8 days. It's too long. Too long. No, too long.
Detroit players. Tips for my hooligans in Brooklyn. Dead right, if the head right. Right, Biggie there, every night. Papa been school since days of under rules. Oh, come on. Hot, sicker than your average. Papa twist cabbage off instinct. Niggas don't think shit, stink pink gators. My Detroit players. Tips for my hooligans in Brooklyn. Dead right, if the head right. Biggie there, every night. Papa been.
I'm gonna save this time. Okay, boy. Zoom, 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 अबे सामने तो आओ यार, तुम लोग क्या कर रहे हो? वन डिफ्यूज वन कवर। साइफर नीचे रह के कवर दे भाई साहब। Make sure you take advantage. Your English is terrible. Nice pick, Rana. Nice pick, oh man. Hi, 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 hi. Easy to guess. I throw. Did I just throw? Throw. Why my game is lagging? I so peak, you fucking coward. Mm-hmm. No, let's. ओमन तू चला जा साइफर के साथ, मैं मिड देख, मैं ये वहां पे रहता हूँ। हाँ, क्या हो गया? मेरी आवाज। Is it B? Bro, I said is it B, not it's B. It's not breach, yeah. A planting. आने दे आने दे आने दे। लास्ट राउंड है भाई। अच्छा 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 अच्छा, ऐसे ही किया तू। ओके।
किस हद तक पहुंचा है तुम्हारा रिश्ता? क्या तुम वो तो लेकर बैठी जिससे हमें शर्मिंदा होना पड़े? वो ना नंदिनी, किस हद तक पहुंचा है तुम्हारा रिश्ता? किस हद तक पहुंच?
माने जा। साइफर बाबू तो छूट गए। बहुत ज्यादा सेंसिटिविटी हाई है। अरे कोई बात नहीं, राउंड गए अपने वैसे। टेक वैंडल एंड ट्राई। अच्छा
शक्ल देख अपनी शक्ल, कलर कब सच रहा है तू? नीचे देख, नीचे यहाँ क्या देख रहा है? नीचे देख, शक्ल देख अपनी शक्ल, कलर कब सच रहा है तू? नीचे देख, नीचे यहाँ क्या देख रहा है? नीचे देख। आप लड़का है या लड़की? आई एम अ गर्ल। Yes, that's it. So, as a girl, Sherry, you're attracted to girls or no? Yes, a girl. I'm a lesbian.
चल 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 चल। अरे 95 मारा, 5 गोली कैसे? प्लांट 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 आइस। इजी हो मुझे, इजी चेंज। इजी हो वहाँ इजी हो वहाँ। गांडू है क्या वो? मैंने कहा Should we buy or not? Light buy. Buying ghost. Take out their Rena. That's it. अरे यार मैं उमन वहां से कहाँ जा रहे हो? तेज जा। मैं तो इधर से ये जाऊंगा। क्या जा? मैं क्यों जोड़ू? वेट कर, ये कर, साथ में नहीं खेलना है, बकचोदी करना है खाली। ये आदमी है भाई, तो तेरे फैंटम चाहिए? ले ले फैंटम, ले ले। गांड मरा ले तुम। नाइस शॉट आइसो। Dude, just shut up and let me play. आ जा रहना पीछे मेरे पास मिल जाता। रहना इधर आ, जहाँ पे मैं हूँ। ओ भाई साहब। ओ भाई प्लांट कर देना।
कोशिश की तो मैं उसे गोली मार दूंगा।
वाह अमन वाह। मेरे खुद के पास नहीं है हीट भाई। स्पाइक किधर है, मार्क करने का। वाह भाई वाह, क्या खेला है मैंने। हाँ, भाई तू। ओके ओके ओके। क्लोज चेक करना, क्लोज राइट। आइसो मदद कर, भाग कर। साले लोग कॉम्बो वॉम्बो दे के मार रहे हैं ये लोग तो। रहना बाबू, कुछ करो रहना। डूलिस्ट हो तुम, कुछ तो करो। कब खून खोले जा रहे तेरा फैजल। हैजल खून खोला तेरा स्किन वाली नाइफ लेके रखा है फिर यार हैजल। धीरे धीरे ऊपर चढ़ना। ब्लाइंड देना। राना फक यू आर यूजलेस। मक्का यार साइलेंट आवा नहीं हुआ। अरे स्ट्रीम चालू है बहुत गलत बात है ये। प्लांट 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 आइसो प्लांट। अरे सेठ से किल चुरा लिया लगता है मैंने। अरे माफी रहना माफी। मैं बाय देता हूँ चल तू पेल सामने वाले को। मेरे पास अल्ट है ओमन तेरे पास अल्ट है। ठीक है ये राउंड अपन ट्राई करते हैं। बी चलते बी बड़ा है अपन के पास। मैं पहले अल्ट दूंगा उसके बाद। यहाँ पर ऊपर ही है साइफर। हम्म। जी जी। पीक ले पीक ले पीक ले पीक ले। अरे नहीं बड़ा।
Yeah, I think so too. कंपनी में अपने बॉस को हटाकर खुद बॉस कैसे बने? टॉप 4 हैक्स नंबर 1। आपको अगर बॉस बनना है तो आपको अपने बॉस को
ऐसे
रास्ते से
रील्स
हटाना
देखते
पड़ेगा।
हैं
आपको ऑफिस के बाहर खड़ी उसकी गाड़ी में आग लगा देना है। इससे
दो
उसको ऑफिस आने जाने में दिक्कत होगी और आपके बॉस काफी है।
नहीं, दो ही है मेरे डिपार्टमेंट में ना।
हाँ, मेरे को दो है।
एक साथ शुद्ध एक नहीं है।
मुझे नहीं चलता तुमको।
मेरा नहीं ठीक है जब तक।
आग लगेगा।
अरे वो दोनों नहीं, कोई और है।
बॉस कुछ बोला नहीं इतना बोले तो।
बॉस कुछ
हाँ?
नहीं। बॉस क्या बोलेगा, मैं तो सिर्फ इतना ही बोला कि तो घर पे काम, क्या मतलब रोज रोज वर्क फ्रॉम होम नहीं कर सकता। और क्या बोलूं मैं उसको, जबरदस्ती रुकवाता रहता है, थोड़ा टाइम ये 2 मिनट ये।
बोलो ना, साढ़े सत्रह पर क्लियर बोल दो कि हम 5 साढ़े 5 की बस से
उसी
जाएंगे।
टाइम पे, हाँ उसी टाइम पे वो तो बोलता है कि ओवर टाइम करना है।
नहीं, बोलो। 5:30 ओवर टाइम सुबह से काम में भी रास्ते का सुबह से एक आध दिन का भी ठीक है। 10:30 बजे आता है नहीं।
तो कभी कभार तो दिन में आएगा। पूरा ऐसा आधा दिन खत्म होने के बाद आता है फिर।
बोले थे ना बाहर काम देखेंगे।
वही ना।
वो भी करते हैं।
रेजिस्टेंस कहाँ है? ज्यादातर ट्रेडर्स को भी यही क्लियर नहीं होता है, मैनुअली सपोर्ट और रेजिस्टेंस लगाने से एंट्री और एग्जिट का टाइमिंग गलत हो जाता है और स्कैल्पिंग स्लो एग्जीक्यूशन मतलब अपॉर्चुनिटी मिस होने के चांसेस बढ़ जाते हैं। इसीलिए कई प्लेटफॉर्म ने बनाया है स्मार्ट इंडिकेटर। इसमें ऑटोमेटिकली सपोर्ट और रेजिस्टेंस प्लॉट हो जाता है किसी भी इंडेक्स पर और किसी भी टाइम फ्रेम और जिन्हें सपोर्ट और रेजिस्टेंस प्लॉट बनाने के
अरे नहीं देखना मुझे भाई, समझ में बास्केटबॉल का चिड़चिड़ कर रहे हो। यस। हाँ, तो भूल गया अकाउंट का। केन विलियमसन रिटायर हो गया क्या टेस्ट पे? यार क्रिकेट से ही पूरा रिटायर हो गया लगता है। एक इंटरनेशनल पर मतलब किसका वर्ल्ड कप का मैच आज देखा? ओ बाप, वो गाड़ी पुराना सीख लियो। देखो साउथ कोरिया और ये शिजिया जेचिया का था। साउथ कोरिया जीत गया। उल्टा मेक्सिको जीत गया 2, अफ्रीका 0 साउथ अफ्रीका। मतलब तुम्हारा फोन नहीं है?
Yeah, they're taking some really nice fights right here at Mound. A great flash from the Vice to tee him up. Beautiful timing from King, who has been so good with his util.
Not a live feed, but might as well be.
Guarantee that's what was going on.
Might be a bit worse as well. Double digits hit for both squads.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is probably now talking about the macro game for Paper X. A couple rounds here where they've been outdone in that regard, where they've kind of brute forced their way through, and I think they got too much confidence from, I think it was round 18 there, where they brute forced their way onto A, and yeah, they got through, they made it work, but it was still kind of costly for them anyway, because they ran into the stack of Leviathan, and then a couple rounds ago, again, Jing gets into the site, but they get the steel garden out. No, and Jing's the only one who really gets caught by it. He's stuck on there. They've done some damage. And instead, they try to go for the refight through that door without the right util to really clear it. And even then, it's still a big gamble because you've given up that opportunity for Leviathan to make those rotates. So they're probably just talking a little bit more about how they want to approach the map. They're going to be coming into an eco. Something going to go with the Marshal, it looks like. Everybody else, Sheriffs. It's getting close. It's getting interesting.
And it's exactly what Lev needs. They can just avoid dropping another Thrifty over. Whole position to extend this over to Split. Something maybe with a glimpse, but will just make his exit. Meanwhile, Neon, easy enough shot.
He's been so good on this map. It's crazy. He is out of control. And there's this wall here. Let's see if Paper X is just trying to bait this a little bit if they're actually going to make a move, because Blows is ready. Oh, never mind.
Okay. Face forward. A hell of a lot more players there than he might have anticipated. Devine's going to be able to find the kill. And does manage to find Sato as well to boot. Forsaken trying to push the issue, but doesn't get blinded up. But Jing now with that Sheriff in hand. Still going to be good for an elimination. The Shorty doesn't come away with one. Neon looking for the no-scope. Jing will knife him, but spikes it at the same time. Swoops in, but something has the headshot. And what the hell just happened?
No way!
He's a mastercard Thrifty, and I don't know what I just watched.
He didn't even have his gun out. Was it a no-scope? We got to see it from something. We got to see it.
These make sense. I can understand this, but now we get to this part, and things start going wonky.
Oh my God! Oh, and it was going so well for Leviathan, but it's just one little mistake, and it costs you so much. Still have the operator, still had the money, but now a lot of players are going to be bought down in those credits. Pivotal round, especially with Paper X swinging their weight over towards the A side.
One from a Seekers, one from a Showstopper.
Yeah.
Indy grabs the orb, sends it immediately. TP past this wall. Forsaken trying to get himself forward onto the side. He's going to be King trying to hold things over at Tree, and he cannot hold it at all. Showstopper going to be locked in. Jing able to find that elimination with a volley of kills back for Lev. But still looking decent, but Jing is looking better. A 3K for him.
Spike planted.
And a spike scene. Having to do it all in a 1v3. He'll be good for a kill or something, but Jing gets the 4K, and Paper Rex get up to match point.
There's so much has been talked about coming into this match with Jing's Rays, and he's been relatively quiet until this round, and he finally comes to life with a big one, gets the Showstopper, gets the 4K, and gets Paper Rex one away.
They're on the verge of a 2-0 to start off their run here at the playoffs. Leviathan now calling what could very well be their final timeout of this series. Like you said, the money is going to be rough around the edges. Have to suspect that Neon is going to be playing for an orb. He's one away from having those knives online, and he will have to make them connect.
Well, I think this is what you're talking about, is exactly how you want to utilize your util to make sure you can get one of those orbs, whether it be C, whether it be A. Which one of those are you going to think about fighting for? You know, you've got the exact same setup, so where do you want that flash to land? Do you want to commit the paranoia to it to make sure you can get it? The paint shells are 100% coming out wherever you're fighting. It's just a matter of, is your coordination going to be better than Paper X's if you run into each other? That's just the big question. This is a lot, I think, about just this one specific round, and then maybe a few little macro ideas talking about, hey, let's make sure we're not giving up quite so much space. Let's be a little bit more proactive in the info game. Once Paper X is dug in, they are impossible to drag out.
Well, I don't know about you, but I, for one, would love to see this go to overtime.
This is gonna be fun.
As Leviathan
Here.
will need to make that happen to try to claw their way back into this. See if they can get it done. The up and over attempt at the flick. Something unable to find Sato. Just leaping at them, and that alone is enough for him to gain control.
Does give you that Blade Storm.
Yeah, Blade Storm grabbed off that orb, so Sato putting his life on the line so that Neon can drive. Simplifying a smattering of damage, but eat some back in exchange. The heals are going to be there.
Yeah, how many knives did he have to use there? 2? Couple.
So
that's important.
To find the reset. As it's going to be challenging here against Invi, and there you have it. The clean one tap, and now can just collect the gun as well. Pass that over to teammate and just hold on to it himself. Looks like it's going to be the former. He'll take the Guardian in hand and the slow scale forward from Paper X as they continue to creep up towards the more stacked site. Sato just staying tucked away. Angel's at the ready, but Spike's in on that peak is able to find something, and blows, gets the buy in exchange. The player advantage very much established here for them. Forsaken does manage to intercept Neon.
30 seconds left.
Elimination found, but now a 2v3. The swing around the back of side. Jing able to find Sato, but the spike going to be dropped and Forsaken having to do it all. He's going to go TPing across the other side of the map. The util here shrugs off that damage from the Thorns. Spike now in play. King, the first to arrive. The jump spot has seen him. Forsaken pushing forward. Sees him on the other side. Just jumping over that corner. Goes back towards water. The shorty looking for the kill. 17 bullets remaining in the mag. They just go ring around the rosy. The tap of the defuse. Not committing to it quite yet though. And Forsaken able to isolate down to 1. Knows exactly where the other player is, but he only has 6 health. Blows has to try to go for the push. He has to go for this kill. Forsaken, though, does not allow it! 13-10, 2-0 in the series. Paper Rex have arrived in London.
And what a start for them. That ascent has got to have a lot of teams shaking in their boots. You would think that's one of their weakest maps, and they absolutely destroy Leviathan. Lotus, a much closer affair, much more of what we expected out of this match, and a great bounce back from this young squad, but it's still not enough. And time again, you hear this. You go up against Paper X for the first time, and it ain't easy.
Yeah, can't be too upset about that one. It's a good rally back after getting massacred on the opening map for Leviathan. I think there is still a bright future, still an opportunity for them to make a run from that lower bracket here in Masters London. Like you said, you go up against the train for the first time, you're probably going to get your ass beat.
The momentum is heavy with this Paper X team, and not much you can do sometimes. They're just on it. But, you know, the Lotus looks shaky. There's things now that other teams are probably looking at, probably going, okay.
For sure. I think Paper X maybe will have to reassess that depending on who they end up playing against in the next round. But for Leviathan, and see how they're going to be rebounding after this loss. They, of course, are going to be the ones that risk Paper Rex for now, keep themselves in that upper bracket. A big win coming out as that first seed team from BCT Pacific. But still plenty to reassess and work on with the day off.
It's just crazy. It's Paper X team, what they can do sometimes.
They are certainly a wild bunch, but probably the one who's shown a little bit brighter here today is Device. Let's hear from him in the Verizon post-match interview.
There are so many fans who have been waiting weeks to meet their favorite team, but I'm going to come in and steal Divide from them for just a moment. Divide, can I just chat to you super quickly? We know that you wanted to work on your pistols and your post plants coming into London. 3 out of 4 pistols won today. You must be happy.
Yep. I mean, it's a good improvement. I think the Paper fans should be happy about it, you know? So, yeah.
And are you happy with yourself? Because you were 15-1 on that opening map of Ascent.
I'm not complaining, I guess.
So let's talk then about what happened on Lotus. Because it's fair to say Leviathan weren't able to hit their shots against you in that opening map, but they fought back on Lotus. Did that take you by surprise?
I think it's bound to be a hard map, especially on Lotus, because they're in same com as us. And I mean, Neon was hitting really good shot, so props to him. And yeah, it's a hard one.
So what did Alex say to you? In that timeout he called after round 20 when it was 10-10, what got you over the line from that conversation?
Guys, I know you guys are chill, but I need you guys to be calmer, okay? So chill and breathe.
And you chilled and you breathed, and now you're here meeting your fans. Very quickly, anything you want to say to all the PRX fans who turned out for you today?
Thank you so much for coming. supporting us. I didn't know that we have so many fans in London. So yeah, you guys are lit.
You're going to see so many more of them. Please go meet your fans. You guys stick around. More coming up after this break.
Incredible win from PaperX there. I'm here with Billy and with Coach Alex as well to have a little bit of a discussion about it. I mean, the way that you announced yourselves on the playoff stage with a 13-1 win, that was something different. That was spectacular stuff from you.
A bit surprising, to be honest, because I know that it's the best man, but I think we had a really good comp against theirs. So it's a bit hard for them to actually come into the sites, and I think that's where they're strong, right in entrances.
Is that one of the reasons why you felt confident in this matchup?
No, honestly I picked it because
there's no shot, man.
Of course I did.
There's no way.
Honestly, like for us, like Ascent is not the best map, and we know the Vitality Pokemon ban Ascent. So it's actually I would have liked Vitality, but the boys wanted someone to fight. You know, they wanted someone aggressive.
Your team is crazy.
That's interesting. Wait, so the reason that you didn't pick Vitality then is because you wanted to play against someone aggressive?
Well, it wasn't me. It was I want Vitality.
You want Vitality?
So I came here thinking I'm going to play Vitality. It's going to be nice. And then the boys are like, no. We play someone fast for our first game. Okay. So I was like, all right.
And now presumably they're feeling in pretty good form. I mean, what was the discussion like between map 1 and 2 when you'd had such a great opener?
I mean, the most important thing for us would be to reset. I always tell them like the score should be 0-0 when they think about it. But I think we went in a little bit tense the second game, and it started really slow for us, but managed to pull through. Nice clutches.
Yeah. Their Lotus comp, they seem like they kind of copy you. I mean, there are a few teams in the world that are doing that as well. Full Sense are doing that even domestically. You have a team right now that is thriving in this meta and seems to find like new answers all the time. You must know that the community thinks that you're the big favorites for this event. I've heard the players talk about there's no pressure on us. So what's the mentality like inside the team there?
I think what Ilya said, where we already won one, pressure's a little bit off. I think we're trying to bring that all the time. Traditionally, not very good under pressure. When the stakes are the highest, we're like, oh, okay, we have to win. When we think like that, it's usually not good. So we're trying to make sure everything is nice and calm. I think it's been a good first game here.
We had heard from one of the players as well how they weren't really feeling any pressure coming into this event. Is that just like the mindset that you want to have because of the reasons you've mentioned? Because of course you have Envy that hasn't been able to lift a trophy just yet. So yeah, I guess what was the mindset coming into the event, and how come you're not feeling that pressure?
I'm feeling the pressure.
You're feeling the pressure. Can you speak on behalf of the players though?
Yeah, but I mean, they want to have fun. They come here. I think it's been a while since they've been to EMEA. Last one was Paris, and London's nice. You know, like everyone really wanted to come here to enjoy like the English crowd. And then, but I think pressure-wise, yes, they're trying to keep it like I said just now. They're trying to keep it off themselves. Just play free, have fun, and let's see what happens. You know?
How do you feel about the opponents that you're going to be playing against? I mean, do you have a prediction for that game? Do you expect to be? You said you'd quite like to be playing against Vitality. Do you think that that's a more likely outcome than the Heretics Vitality game we've got coming up next?
I'm not sure, but it's the grand final of the EMEA, right? So it's going to be another rematch. I think Vitality is a little bit more rest now. They had a long run, right? Actually, no. Heretics went low bracket all the way.
Heretics went low bracket the entire way through. Yeah.
Well, they have the hometown boy, so I think we're gonna meet Heretics.
I mean, it'll be great to see Benjamin Fish coming up next. It is Team Heretics playing against Vitality, the EMEA Grand Finals rematch, as you said. So stick around and we'll cover that.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up here. It all started when I got to the FIFA World Cup. And wow, thousands of Verizon customers.
Oh, you got the free Verizon tickets too? No, I'm...
With amazing seats.
I'm sorry. Okay.
And even pitch-side access.
Are you? David Beckham, a Verizon customer.
This used to be for players. Now it's for Verizon customers. No one gets you closer. Only on Verizon.
In esports, legendary moments demand speed, scale, and soul. Players and fans bring the heart. technology brings it to life. Every frame, every stat, every decisive play. In partnership with the Valorant Champions Tour, we're driving digital innovation that empowers the esports ecosystem to keep expanding. So players can focus on the game and fans can focus on the moment.
Los Niños finally banished that second place curse by winning in VCT EMEA. It was a massive lower bracket run. They beat Vitality in the grand finals. It was a crazy 5-mapper. But they've yet to win a global tournament, and Heretics have been in these finals before. That's another second place curse, potentially. Could this be the time, Billy? What's the form looking like for these kids?
Yeah, I think that you have to consider their performance regionally. They got knocked into that lower bracket on the very first day of playoffs, and then went on to beat Eternal Fire in the rematch to be able to qualify to make it to this event. Honestly, I think it's the best form that they could have come into. The odds were stacked against them when we think about that BO5 grand final against Vitality, yet somehow they were able to break the curse and finally lift a regional trophy in EMEA.
Yeah, went all the way to 5 maps. What a moment it was for Benji, getting to qualify here, play in front of his home crowd now in London. He was one of the key players for me when I was watching those playoffs in EMEA. But the team, they stepped up as a whole. Not only was their approach to this meta really interesting and quite good, but the player form made me feel like I was watching that 2024 Heretics team that actually did something internationally, made it to that Champs final
and
again.
It's crazy because the group didn't start off for them like that at all. They had lost their first 2 games in the regular season, and then for some reason, the reason probably being Koshmaris, they just decided to go on a blitz run, and it was absolutely incredible to watch. They look at their peak performance right now.
Well, let's talk about Koshmaris then, shall we? Because he is the guy who turned the ship around for them. He's come in, he's a rookie player, he's a big Neon player as well, and we're seeing Neon nerfs. Now, we've just seen, like, you can play well with Neon. Neon is still getting really strong performances out here, but how do you think Kosh in particular is going to be affected by this change?
I don't think he's going to be hugely affected. Honestly, I would be surprised if he wasn't still playing the Neon. I think that this was such a big win condition for Heretics, the way he played, in particularly their ideas in early rounds of how to take space and fight for opening picks around Kashmars. Their game plan was hugely reliant on him finding success in those moments. They used huge amount of resources to get it done, but he was very consistent in delivering it.
Yeah, he was definitely the turnaround point for Team Heretics, and I think the coaches were criticized quite a little bit at the beginning when they decided to make that roster change, but in my opinion, him coming into this roster has actually allowed Woot to feel more comfortable across the duelist pool as well that we can consider. And I guess my question to you guys is, have you ever seen a Neon running it down on the Odin, and can we expect to see him do that here on the global stage?
I mean, we've seen imitators, like in America's Jaws started to do it a little after Kashmars, but he's the originator of this, and it's kind of ridiculous how good he was with the Neon Odin.
Dude, he was fantastic with it. He literally is pioneering something as a player who's just coming in. Now, Neon is not getting picked as much here because of these nerfs, but the win rate is still spectacular. It's one, I mean, prior to the game that we just watched, because I ran the numbers there, it was 8 out of 12 maps Neon has actually won when there isn't a Neon on the other side. That's exceptionally good. I mean, where is the nerf?
And the thing is, we are probably expecting to see this Neon pick rate go up now that Kashmars is here, because when I consider his time in EMEA, they were playing Neon across every single map, and as you've already kind of hinted at, Mimi, I don't think we expect to see him move away from that agent.
No, I think that if he changes away from Neon, we'll actually see a Heretics that is significantly changing the way that they play, because I think so many of their game plans are built around specifically him on the Neon, on the defense as well, with how they play their aggressive rounds. To me, the change for Heretics, like you're saying, the turnaround, the style was all about the implementation of this guy.
And do not forget, this guy was playing in Tier 3 literally only 6 months ago. And now today, he gets to step onto that global stage, which is just so exciting.
Well, this global stage is happening in London, and there is a hometown hero in this match. So let's hear from the man himself, Benjamin Fish.
Jen here with Benji Fishy of Team Heretics. Now, Benji, you've played in front of huge crowds before, but this time, this is your home crowd. Talk to us about the different type of excitement that you're feeling right now.
I think I'm most excited to play in front of my family and my friends. I think that's what, you know, I've been thinking about the most, but I hope the crowd's going to be on my side because I'm English. So, yeah, I guess we'll see.
We have to set the bar. So, what are you expecting from the crowd? Say, Benji Fishy, ace! Benji Fishy, clutch!
Oh my god, he's so good! Oh my god! Wow, my English go.
Team Heretics win! All right, get that, guys? We'll be expecting that from you.
Live coaching the crowd there. I don't know if the crowd is going to feel super confident about replicating Benji Fishy on that one, but well, it's packed to the rafters today for Paper X 11, now for this game too.
Yeah, it's tough to do. Do we want to try?
No, I don't. You do not. I can't see enough movement. I don't want another scenario like that.
All right.
No, I want to talk about the match further and look at things from Vitality's perspective here, right? Because yes, that EMEA Grand Finals goes to 5 maps, but that was with Vitality having double map ban as well, and still Heretics won. Vitality have come through the Swiss stage unharmed, 2-0. They beat DRG with a chaotic win over Foot as well, but nobody wanted to pick them in the playoff draw. So there's a little bit of a strange thing going on here, where in theory, they should be your strongest team coming out of Swiss based on how the first seed's picked. But they didn't get tested as much, perhaps, as some of the other teams would be.
I think when you consider the opponents that they faced, maybe didn't get tested as much in that Swiss stage, but I think as well, losing that Stage 1 finals was probably actually the best thing for them when we consider being able to get those reps in and having players like Sayonara and Profek warm up to the stage.
Yeah, and those guys certainly did deliver. I think Kron as well was a huge piece of them playing in the Swiss stage. But I'm still not sold on Vitality. I think in particular for me, the issues that I was seeing manifest in the group stage were how they're playing a lot of these late rounds. You look at a team like Heretics or like Paper X who just played, and a lot of the focus is how good the late team fighting is. And throughout the series that they played against, Foot especially, I felt the way that they were playing these late rounds was often extremely reliant on people in solo positions bailing the team out, not doing a good enough job in my mind of actually grouping up, playing these team fights in in conjunction. And I think they kind of got away with it because of just how good that player form was. And if that doesn't improve for playoffs, I worry about that translating against better opposition.
It does almost feel like in moments they were slipping into those old habits, as you mentioned, Mimi, and that's when I start to question the IGL experience from Yampi, being hesitant in making those decisions. We saw it in the group stage in EMEA, and now we're seeing little glimpses of it here at the global stage in Masters London. We need to make sure that that IGL differential doesn't come out on play for Team Vitality here today, because when I think back to that BO5 performance as well in EMEA's Grand Finals, Boo was calling an absolute masterclass.
Right.
So I think this head-to-head today is really interesting and one to watch out for.
Just to pick up what you were saying as well, though, Mimi, about that clash between maybe some micro mistakes, but still hero plays. Yeah, there's no denying that this roster is full of talent that can make those hero plays. One that we don't talk about very often is Profek, but he actually had a really solid map 3 against Foot to be able to push them across the line, along with like smatterings of other big moments earlier on, like here on Lotus.
Yeah, I think that he's the player who is kind of that extra 1% for them to really be a great team, and he certainly delivered. I think if he doesn't play as well as he did with some of these multi-kill rounds, that clutch you just saw in particular, I really don't think you see Vit actually beating out Foot in this early stage, but I still feel like it's a little inconsistent. It's not always this level.
I think on the second map, yes, it wasn't the best, but I think when we looked to that third map, I was really impressed by the way in which he was able to mentally reset. Yes, the numbers aren't looking great here, and I think it's very easy to get lost in this roster when you have the names that you have, but he was one of the best controllers coming out of EMEA last year.
Well, let's have a look at one of the winningest players that we have on this roster as well, and hear from Chronicle.
Here at Chronicle of Vitality, Chronicle, you guys were the last team picked in the draw. Were you expecting that result, and why do you think teams are scared to pick you?
I mean, kind of the same, like expected and unexpected, because some teams were just talking that they wanted to play against us and they didn't. But the reason why they didn't want to play us is because like they know we're doing strats through ChatGPT, like our coach Pal is just a genius. So yeah, I mean, like when you have such a power under your back, it's just GG, like people are just insta scared.
Okay, thank you and good luck today.
Team Heretics, they took the EMEA Grand Final. Vitality will not have forgotten about that. But the meta shifted. Neon's nerfed and Los Niños will need to find answers fast. Revenge is on the menu. Will it be Vitality dining out or Heretics doubling down? Let's take a look at our map Veto to find out where this match is headed.
Alright, hello and welcome guys. Let's do the map veto for Heretics versus Vitality. So Heretics is the higher seed and they are choosing their side.
Team B.
Team B. Alright, which means Vitality is banning first.
It's a nice weather today here for the first time. Thank you. We ban Haven.
Haven is banned, okay.
Yeah.
And how about you guys?
We ban Pearl.
Pearl is banned, okay. Then Vitality picking the first map.
It's getting warmer here. There is no more that cold breeze, so we pick breeze.
Okay.
But I can't run out of here.
And the side for breeze, please.
So bright. Defense.
Defense. And how about your map pick?
Lotus.
Lotus.
Start attack.
Alright. We have Ascent, Fracture and Split left, and Vitality is banning first.
Yeah, ban Ascent.
Okay. Ascent is banned. Last two maps are Fracture and Split.
One Split.
Split is banned,
Split
which means
decision.
we have Fracture as a decided
start
map
attack.
and Heretics picking.
No.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, you are picking.
Yeah.
Good catch.
This is already rigged.
Hey.
Yeah, start attack.
Giving us a taste of our own medicine.
Yeah.
I'm rigging EMEA against EMEA.
Yes.
Wait, so you said attack?
Attack, we start
Alright,
attack.
Yeah. So let me give you a quick recap. We start with Breeze, Heretics defense. Then we have Lotus, Vitality attacks, and if you have Fracture, Vitality attacks. Everything correct, guys?
Yep. Yeah.
Thank you, good luck.
Winning EMEA, it was really special.
A trophy lift years in the making.
We'd gone second place so many times,
The cursed number for Team Heretics.
but we finally were able to overcome it.
Benji Fishy stands as their savior.
When I saw that this year was going to be Masters London, there was no chance that I wasn't going to qualify.
Going to the playoffs in my first international, it just feels amazing. A lot of teams from EMEA, when they qualified, they didn't make it to playoffs. I am happy to face top teams and actually show them what can we do.
I want to represent my country as well as possible. English crowds are amazing.
I expect them to support Benji Fishy and Team Heretics. This is Benji's hometown, and I expect them to be loud.
Many people think that we are worried going into the playoffs, but I think team in playoffs should be scared of us.
I want you to be scared of us, because we are in really good shape.
Just be careful. We have goats, Chronicle and Dirk. You don't.
Show me how to feel alive.
London, make some noise for this European derby. It's Team Heretics versus Team Vitality.
Fighting for the right to take on PaperX in an upper semi-final. We find ourselves here with a rematch of the EMEA Grand Finals. The GOATs on one side, the hometown hero on the other. You got Durka and Chronicle facing Benji Fishy.
It's so exciting when we see this, because the fact that we got to see it only a matter of weeks ago and it being such an upset as well for Team Heretics to be able to win regionally, a match that Vitality should have won. But looking at this map, BO, we're seeing some similar maps creep up that we saw in that BO5. Breeze being one of the starting ones for me is interesting because that felt like a very close affair the last time that we saw these teams go up against one another. I think Lotus as well, Heretics, that has been one of their favourite maps when we consider their performance in EMEA. And of course Fracture, that was Team Vitality's insta-ban in all of EMEA regionally. Of course we've seen it here at this event since then, but it's a question of, well, have Team Heretics done their homework or not?
Yeah, it certainly is. Heretics, they had that time qualifying directly into the playoffs. We've seen one of the other teams that plays 100% on that Neon in Leviathan stick to the agent. We're expecting Heretics to do the same, but I do wonder if they do have changes in order. This Breeze, especially for me, I felt the comp that they were playing with the Sage Chamber double Sentinel was a little bit gimmicky. I felt that losing out on that second controller, especially in their mid-rounding on the attacking side, was a big issue for them against that more default comp on the other side with that Harbor in play.
I think that's interesting, but I think that moments that we've seen from Vitality in this Harbor is Prophet maybe not looking comfortable at points. I think Woot being on the Chamber as well has been interesting. It's been great to see his growth from moving to Julius, to see him on the Chamber on this map. For me, yeah, it's a nice head-to-head race though.
Yeah, I think this is like the matchup though to look at growth since the grand final, how these teams have changed. Vitality, obviously, they went through this stage. We had some great moments with the stomp to start. You had maybe a little shaky, close game that they managed to close out against Foot. For Heretics, it's just a question of what they've done with the time, what they've actually improved since that final, that they themselves eked out in very close fashion.
And just to be clear, you guys do think that we're going to see Team Heretics sticking very heavily to their Neon identity across this tournament?
I think so.
I don't see why they have reason to change. Like, yes, we've seen the Neon nerfs and all of these things come through, but for me, Koshmaris, he just looked so good on it. And I think that him being on this agent, as I kind of highlighted previously, allows Woot to find more comfortability across the agent pool as well. So I honestly have no reason to think that he wouldn't be playing this Neon.
Yeah, I think it would have to change their style pretty massively if they shift away. That doesn't mean I don't think there may be individual map changes. I think this Breeze in particular, I wouldn't be shocked if there was a movement in the composition here, but I think as a whole, as a team identity, it's going to be similar to what we saw in EMEA.
What kind of identity do you think that would change to then? Like, are you expecting changes on Breeze, maybe?
I would like to see them, at least. I want to see them bring a second controller on this map. I think if you're summing up the identity for Heretics, it's their early rounds, it's the aggressive plays they have set around the Neon. That's what they showed in EMEA. Taking a look at this one, though, that's already the beginnings of the comp they played before, that Sage hitting Hubbard. It does just look like a return for them.
So if we're looking at Team Heretics to begin here on defense, Vitality on attack, who's a key player to be watching for Heretics if they want to make this map flip on its head and deliver them a result that they couldn't find in the EMEA Grand Finals?
I think I'm looking at Boo on that stage. We kind of mentioned that this composition might be a little bit gimmicky, but I'm more just looking to see if Koshmaris is going to lock in the neon or like what he's doing.
He's trolling, he's got to be.
But yeah, I think Boo has had some really interesting walls, especially when they move over to that attack side. Thinking about how they're using them on the post plant is really nice to see. But yeah, Kosh, let's see what you're playing, man. Playing with my emotions right now.
It is his first time on a global stage. It's his first time coming alongside his Lithuanian compatriot here with Boo, replacing, of course, Boo's actual brother, now a brother in arms, I suppose. And Koshmar is surely going to be locking in the neon here to send things out. Would you still assume that Vitality are the favorite team on Breeze?
It was a close affair last time we saw it. I believe it was a 13-10 to Vitality, so really they just need to get off on the right foot, I think, Mimi. I think that I mentioned Profek on Harbour being one of the question marks for me because he had looked uncomfortable on it at points, and of course this is the player that we kind of highlighted needing to be able to step up.
For sure. I do see Vitality as a favorite here. I was critical of some of the group stage play, but I think they looked really good on this map domestically. I like the way that they're using these slower rounds, playing that double controller look, and abusing that lack of control utility on the other side.
Who better to lead you through a rematch of the EMEA Grand Finals than Pansy and Hypok?
Well, it is a pleasure to be finally joining you here in our hometown as well of London, and what a great game to start with. Call it a revenge match, call it maybe a test of Heretics coming in the hometown. But what it is a tantalizing prospect, Mike.
Definitely is. I would argue a bit of a blessing, right, for Heretics to come in, a little bit of downtime, an opportunity to watch some of these games and really, I guess, probably piece together the overall approach here. I don't think we're going to see too much of a difference, but interesting for us to start here on Breeze. Profek, for me, obviously, the biggest talking point. A little shaky previously, upwards trend for him the last few times we've seen it, but he is such a pivotal part of this composition on Breeze that I'm certainly looking for him to have a good game here on map 1.
It's already, obviously, Vitality on the attack, meaning Heretics on the defending side. Sayonara trying to get things started with that crunch towards B. So we're going to be in the crosshairs and a quick execution. It's simple stuff for Profek, the man you wanted to see start well.
Well, actually, Benji needs to get to at least one in that situation. Sayonara to shut that down now. And Heretics will pause for thought. If you consider this, we'll find Lurker ahead of time. Opportunity now, the headshot actually on Chronicle. Piecing together a ton of damage here. Profek to clean up with a 3K. The pistol secured here for Vitality. Just at a moment where it looks as if Heretics is going to get the one that gives them a bit of access towards site.
And do roll your minds back, right? Regular season, the Vitality was struggling in those pistols. They were absolutely down in the doldrums, something that had plagued them for a long time. Speaking to Powell during that kind of rebuild phase when hope was reignited, there's a lot of Sayonara actually apparently kind of at the helm of those conversations, wanting to take some accountability for them.
Which is actually really interesting for such a young player to kind of be reflective in that way. But certainly for me, again, where Vitality have really kind of stretched their legs a bit, he has been the focal point of this team. We have a weird engagement here. We're actually coming out way worse off in that exchange with Chronicle.
Kind of, I guess, dismantled a little bit of that 4-play stack on B. Now, again, when they identify that, who knows? But Boo's felt enough pressure being put on Wood that he wants to at least be in support, maybe get that heal across and see what can be achieved off the back of that. He's kind of essential at this point, and as you can see, it's a bit of a messy trade-out. Boo does manage to catch Chronicle, but really, the bulk of it was going to be this B hit, but they've cancelled on this.
Indeed, there's going to be a huge rotation here, leaving Durka to maybe catch somebody in transition. Rien's arguably the first in that equation. Going to be a wide open sight here, Vitality. Durka still showing presence, so we'll keep them interested at least, but I think they're going to have a very quick confirmation. There's no follow-up.
No, and I quite like this willingness to adjust, right? Even up against a round that should just be on pistols, this should be farming for Durka. Beautiful work early and in position to do more damage. Great for him to build up that ult early. Also just feel confident, right? Get that going as best he can. Plant's obviously going to be in. And the name of the game for Heretics is, 1, don't feed across too much, and 2, see if they can make it costly somewhere.
They've really got a point of weakness. Other than here, Boo actually going to swing out, find Profek. Now you want to really see 3 of these weapons maintained, but Rians does have a scope to try and do some further damage, and Boo keeping them interested for the time being. Vitality got to manage their time effectively here.
Yeah, they do need to be a little bit careful, right? There's a fine line, and Durka might be just dying for the cause. It's fine, the round will be theirs, but the silver lining is there for Heretics. They made something out of nothing, even in the loss of a round.
Enemy remaining.
Beat to find Boo at least. Rians will give it up to the Spikes, the 2-0. It's only a Guardian maintained here. It's a frugal purchase. I don't think it'll have too much of an impact, but certainly here, I mean, Heretics coming out with a ton of damage you wouldn't expect, given the situation here on that approach back into the A side. All progress here. It's Sayonara and Profek to at least capitalise on these opening couple of rounds. Nothing really to note. Heretics Boo getting closer and closer to that res.
Big investment coming back in for Vitality, though, because it cost them an arm and a leg, so...
But yeah, they've now effectively got 2 players off kilter. In terms of the finances, slower approach here, maybe anticipating a little bit of aggression.
And probably the right thing to, once you get into the kind of bulk of the buy round, you slow the tempo down, try and get an understanding of maybe how Heretics want to be playing this. Is there aggression maybe behind Kosh Maras, who is an explosive player?
Yeah, I mean, still a terrifying prospect for any team coming up against Heretics.
But it's also one of those things where we have to eye test how he does in big environments. Yes, he did well, obviously, in EMEA, but does that translate to a situation like this? It's a little bit of a different one where you have to be so aggressive and confident, something that stood out to us.
Yeah, they're a very momentum-focused player, so coming in here cold the first series, if it's going to be a concern to note. That's going to invest here. With Kosh Maras actually discussing Durka over the top.
That is a really choreographed take there towards that front pillar. That's beautiful. Benji threads the needle, stunning on the follow-up, but it's quelled quickly by Profek. Already a 3v2 and sights in their control. Boo.
Woot left now.
Yeah, Woot's a mile away. Boo would have to do something big now if he wants even a chance at it.
He kept inside this for the time being, but doesn't really have anybody to challenge onto. Man advantage here for Vitality, and they just need to tuck in. It's forcing Woot to clear all of this deep space. Gets himself into window, but...
No one's playing to it.
Yeah, the clock's running down already.
Yeah, they've got to get a wiggle on if they even fancy a chance. This feels like, as much as these rounds are very costly for Vitality, they are in the upper hand. Boo! It's a formality in the end as Vitality get a good 3 here. As I said, these haven't been clean, right? These aren't the easiest outcomes, but by now you're sitting at 3-0. You know that you've got Heretics money and finances on the back foot.
Coming out of that as well, Hunter's Fury going to be available for Sayonara. Did discuss the res, it's available here, but again, you have to see how this buy will settle. Kosh Maras unable to have a say in these opening 3 rounds.
And I think that's a really big point for me. 0-3, Woot, 0-3. You've got 2 of your big heavy hitters, right, Mike? And they're just a little bit absent. I need to see that ball rolling.
I mean, Woot's been challenging.
He's there.
Kept in check.
Well, speaking of being kept in check, an early challenge. Durka, no stranger to stages like this. And Woot on the other side, probably expecting this. I can imagine the pre-fire should be relatively accurate. No.
I was going to say, if that angle actually suits Woot a little better, but doesn't. Catch a glimpse and just shut down immediately.
That's such a nice early pick again. Above a minute still, plenty of time to play with. All they've really seen is Durka. They don't maybe know that there's a lot behind this yet. So you can imagine Kosh Maras wants information, right? They maybe want to try and stack out the right side or just get involved. So he might be caught here. See how far he tries to progress. Durka waiting for anyone to overextend as well. Kron's waiting for Riens' curiosity to peak. But it's a patient display from Vitality.
3 bodies behind this, though. They've got to do their due diligence in terms of the clearance. I mean, Boo does have a Bulldog in hand to do some damage. Go through. Durka to dash in. Doesn't actually catch him on the first here and stunned away.
And 30 seconds, it does get a bit dangerous now. 3 players on the site and a decent enough couple of weapons to make something threatening. Kosh Maras, though, put to bed. Durka showing that pedigree here. A simple round, but patiently played. Diligence from Yampi on the call as well. I'm liking what I'm seeing. It feels well balanced.
Absolutely. NG, only a sheriff in hand, so not much of a chance to do damage here if he's even given the opportunity to find an exit across the map. So impressed so far. Vitality looks so composed in some of these slower setups. You know, even here, I mean, Boo's unfortunate with that step back behind the default. Could have potentially pieced together two with the Bulldog. Benji will catch a tag here. Will shut down Chronicle at least. Perfect. Still certainly interested. Will lose a rifle.
Look, these rounds have been costly, man. It is costing Vitality an arm and a leg to be doing this, but the number keeps marching on, 4-0. Vitality not feeling much of a threat here from Heretics. I can imagine early timeout should be on the cards, because as Billy was saying earlier on, 13-10, it was a close affair when they met last in that final.
One enemy.
Yeah, I mean, I'd argue probably in a different way. They were fighting tooth and nail for some of those rounds.
It was scrappy.
Unfortunately here, this is where you come back to the composition. In terms of Heretics' kind of success throughout stage one, it was built around Koshmaras. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
Certainly the driving force to get a couple of these other players certainly playing more confidently.
Yes,
With
absolutely.
Heretics, it's always the, I hate saying it, the age-old discussion, our own game. And then there was always just slow and questions from the outside looking at that. And really, for me, you've got to have everybody putting their foot forward to really take the initiative.
Yeah, and I mean, looking through the Coinbase win condition here, it's take a pick for Heretics. They need something to be a win con. Maybe it being getting Koshmaras active, maybe getting Wu online. One of these things has to come through, because as it stands, the two big hitters are absent.
For me, the big thing here being the operator going forward, finding some value in the early round, certainly shutting down Vitality's ability to just control these rounds from the get-go. Limit the options of Vitality in terms of this early pressure they're certainly putting towards A main. You're actually going to see Wu flip things up completely. A gift. Maybe try and get a little aggressive outside B. That could be the first opportunity, really, to take a round back. Actually pivoting over to mid here, so there's bodies on the other side for Vitality. Certainly you'd hope could find an opener here. All the way into elbow, right behind this wall.
It's a good shout. How far does he go? Does he stay on this?
Get out of my way.
He's got a double. You couldn't ask for a better beginning. Finally for Heretics to get that confidence building. Benji dives in with his own. Finally, the stars aligning here as Sayonara. Well,
you've been
sit
good.
This one out. I don't know if you've been 1v5
good.
That would be quite impressive, wouldn't it?
Plenty of time left on the clock here. Again, certainly not looking for Heretics to go forward and hunt this. They can get an entire purchase under their belt behind this.
And
I mean, it's going to align pretty well with this ult cycle as well.
And again, for a team that's playing quite diligently, I wanted to say that Vitality have been very solid in how they're handling those early rounds. Surely the protocol list now just needs to be aware of having that operator in play, right? Why are we leaving the chance of elbow being taken over? Why are we just going through this without considering it at that point? If this is the solution that Heretics want, they need to be on the money now. This is a quick, easy answer for Vitality if they can catch on fast enough.
We're getting three positioned towards bottom mid and a knife towards double doors. You really question what the next step of that process would look like if there is a gap left. I mean, certainly if it's to show intention towards mid, it didn't draw anybody from Heretics. They had three over towards the B side, and Wu happily taking that space at top mid.
Bit of versatility here, but the pace and the tempo is a bit different, more direct. But Woot's almost caught the heel. They do manage to slip past, but the pace isn't really changing. It's Koshmaras and Benji in the pinch now. The three splitting through mid. They've not really stopped. The W key has been held down the whole way. Oh! It is a fumble and a half. That is devastating after the man was a star leading up to this point. So now down to Rien's, Boo and Woot. Res there for Boo. Let's see if they get a chance.
I mean, look at where these death markers are.
Yeah.
There's no chance of getting back into this. Woot now trying to find something.
Here.
On the way back in, Durko, I believe, just spotted the rifle, yep. Oh, sorry, the barrel sticking out. Sayonara to clean up. Boo. Find 2 kills here, Rien's, but wow, actually now that makes it interesting.
Yeah, you can hear the spike, but I think it's just gone that little bit away. And again, yes, a couple of kills in the exits. It looks all right, but it's not getting you rounds.
Well, what's interesting to see here is Vitality's instant decision-making here to address that. Is that all right? You want to take elbow?
Right up the
We are
guts.
flying up mid.
That's
flying up mid.
madness. And keep in mind how close Wu was to catching one in the heels, right?
Yeah.
He was a second off that.
But the other thing is, you then note the operator is actually catching Yampy at the end there, but you note the operator at double doors there. He's like, okay, cool, green light, B side, let's go.
And Kosh Moras still yet to get off the starting blocks. Normally, we wouldn't harp on about it, but it's such a stark contrast to how he was performing in those games leading up to this qualification. And we haven't seen him tested like this. He came out flying. He looked confident. He looked locked in. Here, he's locked out. 0 to 5, and we saw that shot in the last round. He's got to wake up. It's not a one-man game, but when he was so exceptional, we ask big things now.
But again, to come back to the composition here, it's like, what, other than going hyper-aggressive, how do you get Kosh Moras into the thick of it in some of these rounds?
I mean, we were questioning that during their route to this point.
Absolutely,
It was just this wild aggression, very well handled, really in your face. But look at the tempo again. Vitality just kind of crossing the T's, dotting the I's. Need to see that protocol list kept in check. They're going to note that Benji's on the switch here as well, over towards the A site. How do they want to approach that? Already, Durka getting the first couple of steps towards that A site itself. 3 ends. Sivering getting a bit of chip here, but it's Benji on the invest. He's tucked in a corner. Kosh Moras on the flank. This could be huge for him. We're going to have the Hunter's Fury on top, taking all the attention, potentially hurting them back. Kosh Moras finally drawing blood. Wu in the follow-up. We're getting a bit of action now.
Now it's Profek to try and hold down this space here. He needs both, and Kosh Moras
There he is.
will double down.
Finally.
Spike not planted yet.
I know, they've been held at the door, right? With that Viper's pick coming in, you had the Hunter's Fury on top. This took a lot to get to this point, but Kron and Sayonara, there's going to be a chance, and it's slim to none. Kosh Moras remembering who he is. 3 big kills, and another big round now for Heretics.
Both starting 0-3, but both delivering 3Ks now to get themselves back into this opening map. And for a moment there, when the pit actually spreads backwards, sure, it cuts off any further progress behind sight, but doesn't deny that plant. Vitality still don't get a window of opportunity to find it. It's just such a chaotic exchange towards double doors.
Nine! Let's go! Nice go! Nine! Let's go!
And even here, signs of life, still a 5-2 scoreline. Heretics will break the purchase at least. A couple of ults to consider here. Yampy just one away from a null command as well. It's Chronicle and Durka to invest.
Again, we noted how fragile the economy had been. So many exit kills going over the other way, but apparently Vitality don't care. The slow tempo to the quick. Can Heretics now soak the hit again? Simplistic stuff, straight up middle, putting both of the players back to the wall. The flash is heaven sent from Yampy. Durka teed up to succeed. Plant should be on the cards. Recovered weaponry. They got the keys to the castle.
Certainly do. A pit here for Chronicle, and it will be invested. Awkward in terms of the spread, but we'll give them an opportunity to cut off some of the approach. I mean, Heretics still look very interested in this, though. Moras, yeah, kept at bay here. The stun won't get him anything. Will find Durka, though.
All right, just bulldozer in, I guess. Keep going. Can you get past Kron? That's going to be tougher, and it's not going to work. You might want to call it quits on this, but Kosh Moras fancies his chances. Does he still? Probably not. Yampy setting up this round, and he might be the one to tee it up to close there. Off the back of the trade, Vitality flipping the script again. The pace they're coming back in with, Mike, I love that.
So decisive. Again, this is on the back of what a Guardian and a Phantom invested. This flash is sublime from Yampy. You get 2 players looking to get aggressive in front of default towards main, but it's the perfect recipe. Unfortunately, there's nobody top mid to really stop that from spiraling out of control so quickly.
We got the double timeout burn here. First half. What's that saying to you, man? I feel like you're trying to get a grip on the roster.
It feels like a panic button.
Yeah, it does.
To be honest. Some of these round wins for Vitality, very telling in terms of confidence levels, in terms of comfort here on the stage. I think Vitality looking to strike, whilst Heretics are looking a little shaky.
And I love that point, but I do want to kind of take this a little bit of a further step back. I want to give credit to the coaching staff for the prep coming in here from Vitality. The fact that they've played this relatively recently in the finals, a very close affair when they met last time. But they've come back in with a really good tempo read, it feels like, a good understanding of how they want to deal with Kosh Moras and potentially Woot. Now, we've had a couple breakthrough rounds from those two, but it needs to be a bit more than that now. The depth gets tested. So credit in my mind is there to Vitality. It was always that question mark of what have they done between then and now? And I think we're seeing a little bit of that here in front of us.
Certainly seeing a different approach here and a different level of confidence, certainly. Again, the big questions throughout stage one, it's what the hell's going on with the in-game leadership? What's the call? What's the direction? Everybody kind of wanted to have their say and do their own thing now. Terrifying prospect. I mean, most of these opening duels are stacked 3 or 4 deep on the side of Vitality. Again, kind of nerfing Boo's ability to go forward with somebody, find a trade, get the res off and really find the value there. I mean, the low-hanging fruit value of playing the Sage here, and we're not really seeing anything outside of that in terms of the utility to shut Vitality down. It's always a two-pronged approach here from Vitality that's difficult to get value off a slow orb or a wall somewhere.
And again, after the back of a timeout, look at the pace. Slow it down. Let's see if they're running some deeper aggression. They try and do something a bit weird and wonderful. Let's take our time. And is the reward there? Yes, at least in the form of information. Kron can't quite punish it, but it's got Durka going back in. Man, he makes stages like this just look so comfortable for himself. A treat to watch. And a rough one for Heretics. It feels like they've been trying here, but it was a very simplistic answer to go aggressive on the extremity. And now that puts Woot right in the crosshairs.
Ooh, Durka actually onto the angle behind the Cloudburst. Won't be noted just yet. Again, this is all just a bit of a feign of heavy intention towards A here. Koshmaras got to be careful. Finds that one to Yampi. Big kill to find.
Oh, that's absolutely huge for him as well. Holds the line, denies that quick little pivot that maybe they were working off the back of Durka being a distraction. Now the pivot comes in, though. Where does Vitality go? Pick your poison at this point. The stack on B or Woot potentially on A. It looks like they fancy their odds on B. Kosh Moras still patrolling over towards main. Benji pushed up towards that front side. Pillar and Boo on the back lines. There's that wall. 18 seconds. Could buy some good time, but it turns the eyes from Kosh Moras. Oh! Heaven sent kill for him! And the absolute depths to that. What a bailout with time like this. I don't think you got any.
Boo looking to get a little more curious. We'll try and hold on to this as best they can. It's just Durka and Prophet to hold on to weapons here. And the first time we've really seen Heretics force a scramble out of Vitality, and the clock basically deciding that it was so late in the day.
And was this coming down to a little bit of the fact that they didn't know where Boo was? We've seen him towards A. It's been a little bit fluid in where they're kind of placing Benji in this and kind of flipping where those positions are.
Because at the moment there, where it's like, yeah, we tag Woot with the drone. We know he's going to be playing aggressive off the TP. He's obviously got an operator in hand. Certainly a window. If you're going to coin flip the mid-round like this, send it up double doors again. They found success through that. A-splits have been really hard for Heretics to handle.
I think they've heard you. Straight up middle, through double doors. I think they might like what you were saying. Now, do they continue? They've seen Boo here early. They've heard the operator. They now know what's going on. The flash before was fantastic. This time, not going to have the same level of success. Sight now under scrutiny, and Woot's in trouble. The flash! I doubted it! You can see what Yampi can do on these sites. But now Heretics are in support. They have their players on the right side of the map. You've got to keep your eyes on some of these players. Prophet, Sayonara, slicing through the lines, leaving just Kosh Moras. My God, Vitality, keep it simple. It looks damn good.
I mean, yeah, the slower round, certainly their demise, but another beautiful take. I mean, what do Boo and Woot do in this situation? Yampi finding comfort once more in this role. It's been a long time coming, and a historic role for him, but these flashes opening up the sights perfectly. And Woot just can't find a comfortable position back against the wall anywhere on this site right now.
So then do you just have to push him up in towards A main? Do you try and play him down middle? Do you try and get him active? He was good in elbow. Do you have to then free him up? Maybe let Kosh Moras be a little bit more of the anchor almost. I don't know how you start investing into this. Oh, they've given Kron the operator. Oh! All right. Give Kron the operator!
But like I said, these first engagements are always stacked up by Vitality. They can't go for the res in this situation.
Oh my God, this is just a beauty to watch, but it's getting hectic on the site. Yampi wants that spike down. He wants a bit of control here. Woot's still patrolling. Benji's unknown, and Rienz is lingering in the back lines. Durka's done enough. Already takes a bit of work in towards double doors and pushes further.
Spotted him.
He can see the blood in the water, but a miss. Rienz gets to live, but barely breathing on 10. Woot, you've got to be a bit of a hero here because it's all on you in a 1v3. It don't matter. Kron is on an absolute heater there. What the hell did that man just do?
Absolutely beautiful. And I think this is desperation from Boo. It's like, right, go forward, take an opening duel, I'll res you, whatever happens. But he's just caught with his pants down, trying to wall off here for the res. Vitality.
David, have some balls, yeah? Have some balls.
I think that is the game plan. Yeah, it's just ballsy plays up mid once more. Again, very fine margins. If a couple of these Heretics players win that opening duel, Wu can TP out, Boo can then throw a slow orb in, wall something off. It could go completely
It's coin flips,
different.
man. It's coin flips. But if you're backing yourself, if you're, as I think Durka put it, having some balls, it seems to work out. You've had Durka doing so much on those extremities and Kron doing the same thing. Was absolutely nuts. Because I think Heretics had, I don't say the right answer, but it's the one that feels logical. But again, how far do you want to dig deeper here? Woo, you need control somewhere. And a rare miss and a second chance at life for Woot.
One of the few situations, though, there's two players stacked behind Woot's opening position here. Vitality still anticipating further aggression elsewhere, but I think Riens and Benji are going to be happy to tuck into B site here. Boo going to be noted. Crossmouse on the judge up close and personal. Is he cleared? Well, he might just be cleared off Hunter's Fury, but a couple of misses.
Yeah, he's good. He's still good here. Nah, you don't. You wouldn't dare go that far. Oh! Okay, it's fine. Koshmaras got that. I was so scared Durka was going to do something stupid with that. But it's fine. He's won his fight there. They've won out on that side of the map. But the pivot's already coming in here. Can Heretics identify that in time?
30 seconds left.
I'm going to get a sound cue here on the back of Riens' position. Standing ahead. That's not going to find him. Yampi will find Woot, though. 20 seconds left on the clock, Lauren.
They got to go, and they're going into 3 here. They've picked the harder side of the map. They don't know about it. The rotation's in. Riens and Boo standing side by side, holding the line. 13 seconds, and a young gun has to do it all.
10 seconds left.
3 players and a spike to plant? Come on. I think he knows this one's done for Boo to close the account. It's 4-8, Mike. It's competitive in the end, but the way these rounds went, Vitality looked good.
Absolutely. Again, Heretics just being shut out of so many of these rounds that it felt like a formality. Vitality would have the advantage here in the first half, but anywhere, Heretics can bring this back in a second. Certainly have their work cut out for them.
Oh, they absolutely do. So while we take a moment of a breather here on the half, we'll be handing it over to the stage where Frankie is standing by with 2 very special guests.
Reese is Benji's best friend. Charlie is Benji's brother. He is the toast of London right now. Reese, what's it like seeing him playing in London as you've been to all the events he's played at so far?
It's lovely. It's so good to see him in London. He's been wanting to be here for a long time. And for me, I've been to Shanghai, Paris, Berlin, and it's a lot cheaper, I'll tell you that.
Basically, he's taking you around the world.
Yeah, exactly that. It's nice to see him all around the world. But hometown's a lot better.
The years of friendship paying off. The years of being a brother hopefully paying off for you too, Charlie. Do you get nervous on his behalf?
No, not at all. He always messages me before the game and he says, no, don't worry, this one is the freest game. I've got this. Don't even worry about it.
He said that about this game that's happening right now.
Yeah, of course. It's fucking... Who are they called again?
Oh,
Vitality. Vitality. It's easy. Come on, man. Yeah, come on.
I mean, you say it's easy, but Benji and Team Heretics never won a Masters before. Why do you think this is their time?
That's a great question. I have no idea. But you know what? I believe in blind faith. I believe in playing in your hometown, you know? You've got it. How hard can it be?
Yeah. Reese, do you believe in a lower bracket run? I'm not saying it's getting into that situation yet, but you know what? We love a miracle.
I mean, we can do anything. Lower brackets is exactly what we want. More games to watch, so I'll be excited if we do.
More games to watch, more games to ramp up to the grand final. But first of all, Team Heretics, they really need to take down Vitality.
All right, don't worry about the swearing. Frankie has the foulest mouth backstage, so if anything, it's probably her fault.
Comfort zone for her.
Yeah, she's like, well, perfect. Okay, so kind of let's summarize this half a little bit and kind of lead into the second. Because it felt like Vitality have set a bit of a tone to this now.
Certainly, yeah. I mean, so decisive in some of these early rounds. And I think definitely catching Heretics off guard. You can see so many times where As a player going forwards, not expecting to find 3 or 4 people staring them down, and Vitality run away with the early round. It just a little disappointed not to see the turning point earlier on in the half where Heretics were happy to commit to some of the opening games. It was Wu kind of probing, maybe a second player alongside him, but...
Sorry, I get a bit nervous when I saw Koshmaras kind of like diving in a sec. But that is the play to look at, because we called out the fact that they were very slow on the start, but they've got themselves towards the top of the board. They did start coming online towards that later part of this, but look at Elbow, and they might fall into this trap. I don't know if Wu knows about
this.
The
TP.
The temptation too much to back away from it, but Chronicle, again, the confidence is sky high, and it's going to be punished. And Durka on the delivery, though, trading it out for V2. The early damage is there.
Even early on there, what is that from Durka? Just to catch Rians.
Come on, man.
The glance into main, Yampi to find the killing blow. Another pistol converted here from Vitality. 4 left standing, Lauren.
And keep in mind, this team was one of the lowest rated pistol round teams.
I mean, they were awful.
They were shocking at it. But what's a difference?
Durka shot. Hang on, you see this back into main. Beautiful stuff. Unfortunately, maybe a little blind faith required here in the second half. Heretics on the back foot once more. Couple of Guardians, Durka again. The scope, and Yampi actually the one to invest the most here. Heretics might get spotted out by this drone. You need to away. I mean, the TP spotted previously, not placed here, so won't be any early indicators for Vitality to go forward, but don't expect them to. I mean, the benefit of the scoreline, certainly this purchase compounding that.
There. And again, do remember, this is Vitality's choice. So don't fear just yet. Obviously, I think the memory of how close the previous series was, and on this map especially as well, is going to be in mind. I mean, Lotus, similar situation too, so I think we are on.
Well, I mean, you could argue Koshmaras having a slow opening game. Here we go to Lotus, and certainly one of the bigger win conditions for Heretics.
Yeah.
May not be there, we don't know. This map's not done.
No, it's certainly not.
Lotus could certainly be an opportunity to turn things around for that individual.
Sayonara, getting ready to set. Oh my word! It's sharp stuff from Chronicle. It is only pistols, so making it look quite easy here.
Poison's off.
And sadly for Heretics, I think they're not getting those little win conditions they were looking for. Potentially a chance to get a plant or catch a player. No, catching nothing here. Chronicle just building up ult orb after ult. Look at that, 4 kills. Simple stuff for them, very in control, Mike.
Flawless round 2, unfortunately, with this scoreline. Feel like the beginning of the end for Heretics. They can really piece together something to take back control and shift, honestly, the momentum.
Yeah. I mean, it just feels like they're a little absent here. I want Heretics to get a little fired up. Even in the losses, that's fine. In the first half, in the first couple of rounds, even when they were catching a couple of exits, making the rounds a little costly, I was like, okay, they're still in this. I don't want that to slowly filter away. That's my concern. However, a buy in hand now. Koshmaras, I need you to really find that X factor again. There's the flash in. Boo, gonna be able to tuck himself away towards main. But Vitality looking like they want to be bullish in approach. They want to keep this space. They want to stamp their authority very early on. And I like the reaction on the other side. Deeper hold coming out. Very traditional in approach.
2 players here are giving me at least early signs of indication. Chronicle has to respect this, though. Big reveal coming through, but no spam. Able to connect here, and a wall potentially secure control for the time being. Plant will come through. Full 5v5 in the post. Koshmaras the only one to really take notable damage here.
And it feels like Vitality were playing to the potential of this, considering how deep they were sat on B. There was never going to be like a risk to life unless someone went insanely deep on that. Durka trying to spam away, but Boo the one to take potentially first contact. We do see a late bit of presence coming in through Elbow as well. There's the reveal. Anyone punished? No. Again, being held back by the wall, by the util, by everything that's in play. Vitality aren't getting much of a look in here. As Profek tries to take a look. It's Wu to find Kron. Maybe just trying to keep him locked in at this point. Do something with this. Durka's doing a lot of something with it. Okay. I mean, round's gone, right? Round is gone, but...
Yeah, but I mean, the damage is huge. This damage is massive.
Oh, Benji, you needed something.
With the scoreline here, everybody falling there. Again, yes, the round goes in their favor, but it doesn't exactly enable a comeback.
No, it certainly
off
doesn't.
this round victory.
What?
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair play. All right. Get a few of those, but... And look at this knock-on effect. You're saying it. We had to see the comeback, right? This has to be not near on flawless. I mean, pretty close. 10 rounds found early for
Fine
Vitality.
with the decision-making in that round, at the point where Vitality just calls, like, right, box
Lock
them in.
Yeah. All right. Does it work out for them? This is a huge round for Heretics. All eyes on it if they want a chance to bring this map back to some sort of fair fight.
3 light shields for Durka to punish as well.
Oh, dear.
Doesn't catch a bite here in mid, but Heretics now stacked up to follow this drone potentially. Big info for Yampi.
That's 4. He's seen it all. Does he get to live through it? Koshmaras denied on the scale up if he wanted to burst towards backside, but it's Profek who takes a look and takes a life. Bye-bye, Koshmaras. And there's no trade, and there's no pressure back in. They're starting to look like they're stalling out here. Woot's got Durka down, but you've got Yampi spraying and praying, crawling in unison. Rienz and Boo trying to bring back Benji on his feet, and it's Boo finding more. Trying to hold on now in a 3v2, but put back into their place. Heretics with 2 standing. Sayonara getting the info on 1, and he still has that reveal. Double swing. Oh, it's so easy for Vitality. How are they making it look simple in these scenarios?
I mean, even here, the res is bold to commit to here. That initial spam through, but get us the timing here to find that kill onto Koshmaras. Cut the sight lines, completely isolating for the rest of the team, and you even said it, no trade. Who's swinging through that? Who's swinging into the big unknown behind that wall? Great work here from Vitality to remove the head of Heretics on this approach. Just like that, 11 on the board and a byproduct of round 15 once more. Now, Vitality win the follow-up. And look what you've got to prevent map point.
As you said that, the longer game defined on those last 2 rounds, pretty much. All right, give me a miracle here, Heretics. I'm all aboard. Show me what you got in mind. Does it bank on Woot? Potentially. And he's...
Hey?
What? Where and how?
That was Chronicle, yes, the bricks.
God damn. They've been working, man. They've been working. Look at that little, like, jump spot that they've got on this. Filth. Heretics looking for a new solution, a new way forward, a new way out, really, but eyes are already there. I'm seeing Kron look that way. Seeing Sayonara could be, maybe keep it in mind already. Profek coming over, it's Durka given the freedom to fight, and then Sayonara goes in. Great work from Benji, but quickly handled. As Boo and Koshmaras might need to face the music on this one. 12 looking like it's fated to be on the boards here. Make me a believer, Boo.
Wow.
I mean, it ain't pretty. Yeah, it ain't pretty. But it will get the job done. It leaves him down low, though. But Koshmaras can't make it there any faster now. Support's on the way.
Slide on, find the first. Yampi cleaned up here.
30 seconds left.
He's seen
Get off
one.
the rifle. They try and make a stand here.
I don't think he knows they're there so fast. I mean, Durka's had a bit of a map here as well, quietly working away, putting them up to 12 rounds now. And Heretics held on 5. And it feels rough looking at this. Looking a little flat here in the end, losing a lot of that burst.
What a display from Vitality in this opening map. And if there was any questions about coming back to probably a bit of an awkward series to kick off playoffs, but certainly looking to make a statement here. In their comfort zone, you could argue.
Yep.
Durka and Chronicle with ults to invest here. I think Yampi just missing one more, and Durka over the top looking to seal the deal on this map.
Man, he wants them buried. You can see it, he wants to go further. Oh, he is. He actually is hunting them down. Rienz, he can't run away. Durka is just hunting them round the map. Down to 4, they get a plant. And they put 2 on him. More than man marking at this point. But he still fancies a go, can't do it. Benji stands tall. Good follow-up from Kosh Moras. We're in a 4v3. Kron, Yampi, and Sayonara next in line. But Numbers sitting with Heretics here.
Certainly a man to the good, but still a chance here for Vitality to get something. Chronicle found Benji. Sayonara here looking to get aggressive onto default.
Yeah, it's Kosh Moras. Oh, that's nice. Wood comes into effect as Kron. The time might decide this, and simply they do not want to play his game. Have to wait and watch. And a lifeline, a little bit of hope potentially found.
Find themselves number 6, but again, ult starting to come online here. The finance is still going to be comfortable. Vitality alongside that. And even here, great recovery for Durka. Finding that opener. At least here, the confidence still in play. Heretics take double doors. They look to get right behind that set up in towards A main. Unfortunately, look at the minimap now. They could be walking into a blender over towards B.
All right, round by round, boys. Name of the game. No more timeouts, no chances until you get to OT. That would be the first time you could even speak to your coaches. Kosh Moras, 12 to 13 so far. First time really being on stages like this, though. And already coming away a little bruised off of that first engagement. But look at the other side. Oh, that's messy from him. Not what I'm used to seeing. We know his caliber. It's not on display here today.
Get the sight at least on the back of that. Again, doesn't create an opportunity for a comfortable plant at all. Pop of the ult here. There's not any util to follow up, and I mean, Vitality going forward just yet.
I mean, the widest swing of your life there. Yampi does get traded down, but he's going to be able to tell him exactly where Boo is, where all of them pretty much are. The swing, and it ain't a miss this time. Sayonara there, Boo in unison. Rez now considered invested. Boo's back on his feet. Yampi still punishing. Pit's still there, though. Got to play it forward. Benji, the last line of hope for Heretics now.
He's got Snakebite.
And he's
really
got
slowed this down.
Benji's got every tool possible here. He is being walked on, and Sayonara's caught him. Time is going to be tight, but I'm pretty sure, Mike, they've only gone and done it. 13 to 6. Vitality looking in control. What a difference from when they first met.
Absolutely, looking so confident. The biggest thing for me is around this mid-rounding, the confidence to execute some of these pivots. Absolutely textbook from Vitality here in map 1, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Lotus after this.
Yes.
Nice. But David, have some balls, yeah? Have some balls. It's fine.
David, do you have anything you wanna go say?
Yeah, thank you guys for your effort. Yeah, guys, imagine 2 weeks, yesterday effort, tomorrow effort, yesterday effort. Yeah, make an effort to win a pistol.
He's hunting down that title!
The time to write the next chapter in the esports history books is finally here.
And they fold it in his hands yet again! Steps up to the plate, and he could knock this one out of the park! Now they shall be engraved alongside the greats!
Tired of off-season blues once Champs is over? Fear not, because Valorant is coming to the Esports Nations Cup, where players split from their clubs and compete for national pride. Will EMEA turn every round into a chess match? Is Brazil about to turn every map into ranked? Will Team USA Ego peak every single angle? The final event of the year is not to be missed. Esports Nations Cup 2026. See you in November.
Send your podcast to the great boy. Send your podcast to the great boy. Send your podcast to the great boy. Send your podcast to the great. Send your podcast to the great boy. Hey, put you in your place, look. Keep your thoughts on the ball like Facebook. Yo, got that from Great Boy. Send your podcast to the Great Boy. Hey, put you in your place, look. Keep your thoughts on the ball like Facebook. Yo, got that from Great Boy. Send your podcast to the Great Boy. Great Boy, 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 Great Boy Send your punk ass to the great boy. Send your punk ass to the great boy. Send your punk ass to the